It is tough, but there is not one member of the band that would trade any of it. To become a performing member of the band, it is to be a part of the elite, and the pride is worth every ounce of sweat.
When Dr. Jennings came to my high school, Ringo High, and we had career day, and I was interested in the band then. And during the summer, I got a letter from Colonel Hutchinson saying that I was able to get a scholarship to come to Grambling.
To me, it meant we learned discipline. I feel it'll help me in the future, maybe when I get a job, and all the other responsibilities in life. Maybe I can look back to the way we were taught, to be on time, stuff like that.
And if you had this to do all over again, would you do it again?
I wouldn't change anything.
We worked long, hard hours, even late in the night in the stadium, not in the stadium, but in a practice field where there's no shade or anything. It really gets tough out there sometimes.
Well, ever since I was in elementary school, I always wanted to be a member, living right in Monroe, not far from Grambling. It's very rewarding, very.
Would you, if you had this to do over again, would you try it again?
Yes, I will. It was quite an adventure, but I will.
The band is part of the package, Grambling Football and Grambling Marching Band. They share the limelight 50-50. They have been mobbed by ecstatic fans in New York and had their elbows rubbed by Hollywood's most popular stars. You might recognize some faces. Muhammad Ali, Red Fox, Flip Wilson, The Fifth Dimension, Roosevelt Grier, and even Rodney Allen Rippey. The list could go on and on. The Grambling University Marching Band makes their appearances mostly on their talent and charisma, but they could not do it without a lot of public relations and promotions. That part comes from Colin Nicholson, noted as one of the best in the business and has the credentials to prove it. Because of Nick, the band is so well known that halftime concessions suffer at some football games. The fans stay to see the band and the halftime show.
That was the first American Football League Championship game, and the Grambling Band had been invited out to San Diego by the Chargers. And during the halftime, to everybody's surprise, nobody went to the concession stands. They all stayed to watch the show. And of course, we thought that this was most unusual, and I think it reflects the kind of interest that fans have generally for the Grambling unit.
Nick doesn't have any trouble finding the places to go. The band is in such demand that many times they must simply turn down the invitations. The other half of the package is Grambling football team. All you have to do is look at pro football and count the number of Grambling grads there to tell the success of that program. The two go hand in glove. The two teams have their jobs to do on the field. Very few others in the nation are quite as successful. The odd part of it all is that the football team rarely gets to see the band perform at the half, but they can hear. The team and the band are a partnership and an inspiration to each other.
Without the band in the various cities across the country, we kind of feel lost. And we like to know that they're going to be with us. We think of them as a part of the package. We think of them as being a recruiting agency. We think of the band as being an inspiration to the youth. And we all know that the many people who follow us in the various stadiums across the country, that they come to see the halftime show, the pregame show, and the postgame show. And we feel that this means so much because a lot of the young kids today, they don't really play football. We noticed one year in New York, we had a chance to see part of the parade. And just hundreds of kids just followed in Harlem. They just followed the band. And we know that a lot of these persons will go on to probably be interested in music. We know we'll get a lot of students, and we know how the fans react. Now, contrary to what people think, we do see a little of the halftime show because we usually get back just before they're coming off the field, and we see a lot of the post-game show. No, I'd like to just give you this quick story. We were playing at Southern one year, and at halftime, Southern was leading us, and it was almost time to come on, and I told one of the trainers, look out and see whether the bands were off the field and whether we could come on. And the guy heard me, so when they opened the door, he said, yeah, the band's off the field, and our band has won its game. Now you come on and win your game.
After the football season,